I got into treatment, it got pretty bad. I was, 42 years old. I'd been living on the streets of Denver for about 7 years, homeless. I was addicted to meth, and I had no hope. I had been living out on the streets for so long that I didn't know any other way of life.
I had moved to Vail, Colorado, and I had a position up there at one of their resorts, and I'd had 2.5 years sobriety, and I thought, well, you know, maybe I can drink a little bit. Vail's kind of a party town, and I started drinking just a little bit, you know, and it quickly just escalated into just a mess.
What my life looked like up until the point that I got here was I spent most of it in jail. The times that I wasn't in jail, I was on the streets, homeless, basically feeling entirely alone. I'd had prior attempts at recovery to minimum success, so I was somewhat familiar with what I needed to do to stay sober, but I couldn't do that for any continued period of time.
My life was empty, no quality of life, no direction, just drinking. That was my only purpose at that point.
I found some stairs. And it was winter time, and I was so tired because I had been up for days and days and days, and I was sleeping under these stairs. I'd fallen asleep, and when I woke up, it was the middle of the night, and the snow was covering me up, and I was freezing to death. And something inside me said to get up. And I walked to this building next door to where I was sleeping there, and it was a hospital. And when I went in the hospital, this lady brought me in, and she gave me some hot cocoa, and she just was so nice to me. And I looked up and I saw that the name of the hospital was Rose Medical, and it was the hospital I was born in. And something clicked inside me, and it said I needed to go home. I needed to ask for help.
So I was basically homeless, and I ended up having a friend bring me down to Denver Cares to their detox because I couldn't stop drinking. And that's all I did was drink. I didn't eat, didn't really sleep. I basically passed out, woke up, drank again, passed out, woke up, drank. You know, I did not work. And I was going through my money pretty quickly. So he was like, listen, you're gonna kill yourself. Let's get you down to Denver, let's get you into detox, let's see if we can get you started again. And I was very fortunate to be approached while I was in there by one of their counselors in detox that here at Sobriety House, they had just gotten a grant for veterans. I am an Air Force veteran, and I had been trying to get into a military rehabilitation program, and the waiting list was up to 3 months. So it was I don't believe it was a coincidence. I think it was a providence that brought me here to Sobriety House. And I'm grateful.
I called the intake coordinator here with not much to my name, and I needed help. I needed somewhere to come. What Sobriety House really did for me is they helped me with a clean slate. They gave me a chance to start over. And really everything up until that point in my life didn't matter anymore. I got to start from zero, start from the ground up. And I really began to figure out how I wanted to live my life and who I wanted to be. I was introduced to the 12 steps of recovery through this program. A turning point that happened here was there was a barbecue that we had for people in recovery. And here in Denver, there's a huge recovery scene. People from all over showed up. It was in the middle of July, it was warm out. There was about 300 people who probably came throughout the day. And that was finally when I was like, maybe I can do this. Maybe this is where I need to be. I looked around and I realized that we were all the same.
Came into Sobriety House and everything changed from the very first day. After being a client for 7 months, I am now employed full-time here at Sobriety House. I'm happy, I'm clear-headed, I'm confident, and I'm grateful for everything that Sobriety House offered me.
So what it means for me to counsel people. Well, I've been here for almost 10 years, and I just love watching the clients grow throughout their journey and to be a part of that. Just to see them explore and learn more about themselves as they go through each of our phases of the program. Sobriety House is definitely unique, definitely not like other places that I've worked, not like other rehabs that I've heard of or visited. I think that around here, staff-wise, we quickly become a family, but I think even with the clients, they know that this becomes a safe place for them where they can come back to if they're ever struggling, or even to just celebrate milestones, celebrating their year, celebrating, increased sobriety, new adventures that they're on, new employment, and the clients know that they can come here, and there's always, if they're struggling, there's always a staff member who will make themselves available for them.
Addiction is a strange thing. You can be happy and you want to use. You can be sad and you want to use. You can be angry and you want to use. It takes precedent over everything, over love, over everything. I was sitting on the couch with my mom, and I'm sitting there and I'm telling her what my plans are. I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna do all the things I'm supposed to do. And I looked over and I saw that she was crying, and she was crying deeper than I've ever seen her cry before in my life. And everybody talks about hitting your bottom. And I had been to jail. I had been homeless. I'd been digging through dumpsters. I had done everything I thought I'd never do. But that line for me was seeing my mom cry. And she said, "Darren, mother's not supposed to see your son die. It's not supposed to happen." And at that point I knew I had to get help. So we searched and searched and searched for places that had beds open. Most of the places we saw were $60,000, $20,000, places that were out of reach. We just could not afford it. Finally we called Sobriety House. And Sobriety House was a nonprofit, and they were the ones that called me right back.
They've treated me well here, and they've given me support and opportunities that I would never have had. And for that, I'm very blessed. Excuse me. The counselors here, they seen the things, the demons that were that I wouldn't let go of, really. I used the demons to drink, to quiet them. And what they did was they made me understand that, yes, they are there, but do I have to allow them to run my life? And it took a lot of work to realize that I didn't have to run anymore, that I had, someplace safe to be.
And my life has just completely changed. Sobriety House gave me a chance when no one else would. And that's what I'm eternally grateful for. They gave me hope, and that's what I needed.